Okay. Hi, parents. So, what we're going to go over real quick is just my expectations of you and how to read a story to the kids online. I figured if I made this video, it's faster than sending out a really long email a bunch of times. It'll be easier for you. So, first thing, camera placement. Try to go straight ahead like this. Nobody looks good from this angle right here. You look like this when you're talking. So if you can have it as close to eye level as possible, that's better. Of course, front lit, not back lit, so that we can, because we're going to need to see the book really, really well if we're going to do this. Since this is the Hook Stratton Academy, dress nice. You know, you don't have to completely doll up, but put on a nice shirt. Don't look like you just woke up or anything. Smell nice. I went with Polo Cologne. You smell nice, you feel nice, you read better. Okay, so once we pick our book, today I have picked The Grumpy Pirate. So I'm going to show you some techniques about reading to the kids that will make the transition better, because the more you read like me, the easier it's going to be for them. Okay, so I'll start reading as if I was reading to them. Hi, boys and girls. Are you guys ready to read a story today? All right, let's get started here. The Grumpy Pirate. The Grumpy Pirate by Corinne Dimas and Artemis Ronig. Illustrated by Ashlyn Ansey. Okay? Illustrated means who drew the pictures. That's who drew the pictures. Okay? The people that wrote the book actually wrote the words, but the illustrator did all the pictures. And let's take a look at the back of the book. The back of the book says, "Can Grumpy Gus turn his frown upside down before the other pirates make him walk the plank?" Let's find out. All ready? Okay, let's go ahead and open it up. Here is the title page, The Grumpy Pirate. Now, can everybody point to the word "the"? Very good. Can you point to the word grumpy? Now, can you point to the word pirate? What does pirate start with? That's right, a P. What does pirate end with? Very good, an E, okay? And this book was bought for Mr. Schwengel's class by our very own Alexis. Very cool. Okay, The Grumpy Pirate. Here's a map. And this is the title page, which is a lot like the cover. The Grumpy Pirate by Corinne Dimas and Artemis Ronig. And again, illustrated by Ashlyn Ansey. So Ashlyn Ansey is the person that drew all the pictures, but Corinne Dimas and Artemis Ronig are the people that wrote all the words. This looks like it's going to be a great book. And up here, you see we have a little dedication. It says, "For Hazel, the adventurer." So my guess is that one of these people has a daughter named Hazel, and they dedicated the book to Hazel. Probably not our Hazel. Okay, so let's get started. I'll show you the page before I read it so that the kids can predict what's going to happen. This way they have some context as to what they're listening to. Pirates aren't grumpy. Pirates never pout. Pirates smile and shout, "Aye, aye," whenever they're about. Aye, aye. So there's the words aye, aye. It's not spelt with a capital I like you write about yourself, but it's aye, aye. And take a look at their pirate ship. Do you see Grumpy Gus yet? I think I know who he is. Let's find out. But there is one grumpy pirate. They call him Grumpy Gus. He grunts and gripes and grouses and always makes a fuss. Can you guys tell which one Grumpy Gus is? Which one do you think is Grumpy? Is that Grumpy Gus? Is that Grumpy Gus? Is that Grumpy Gus? No, I think that's Grumpy. Does he look grumpy? He looks grumpy to me. Now, there's a word in here that many of you may not know. He grunts and gripes and grouses. Does anybody know what grouses means? You ever hear that? People don't use that word a lot. Grouses. I would say grouses is like pouts, or see how he's acting right there? I would say he's grousing right now. Just kind of having a generally bad attitude, you know. But look at that crew. Look how fancy the captain is dressed. And this person has a huge beard. And this looks like a little girl. So these are the pirates. He will not eat his hard stack. He will not drink his grog. He glares out through the porthole and grumbles at the fog. So there he is right there. And here's a couple more words that you probably have not heard of. So it says, he will not eat his hard stack. Now, I have to be honest, I don't know what hard stack is. I've never heard of it. But if we look at the picture, see, he will not eat his hard stack. It looks to me like it's toast or bread. And grog is what pirates used to drink. And I'm not even sure what grog was. I'm not sure if it was an alcoholic beverage. I'm just not sure. The other pirates do their best to help Gus try to smile, but he just scowls and snivels. Smiling's not my style. So there's the other pirates with great attitudes, and there's Grumpy Gus. And did you notice how I did the voice? You have to do the voices. You have to do the voices. And most of the time you're going to get to pick your own book, so choose wisely. When it's his turn to take the helm, Gus whines, "This job's too tough." The other pirates finally say, "We have all heard enough." Okay, now let's take a look at these words here. Can you point to the word the? Now point to the word we. Now point to the word say. Now point to the word have. Okay, now with your finger, follow along and point to the words as I read them. Are you ready? The other pirates finally say, "We all have heard enough." Good job. And do you see the exclamation mark right there? Do you know what an exclamation mark means? It's kind of like you're yelling or exclaiming something. So if it was just a period, we all have had enough. But if it's an exclamation mark, it's "we all have had enough." All right. Okay, let's go to the next page. Gus moans, "This ship's too tippy. Our course is arg too slow. The deck is way too slippery. I think I'll go below." Look how grumpy he is. Oh, poor Gus. Okay, so I think you get the gist. You don't need to hear me read the whole book. But to review, it's not that we're necessarily dragging it out. We're just exploring all parts that we can of the book. You can point out the page number, the punctuation, have them point to different words on the pages. What we don't want to do is just read the book and have it be non-interactive. Since the kids are on the computer here, you can have them interacting with it, having point to the words, point to the pictures. If there's 4 parrots on the screen, you could say, now let's together point all the count all the parrots. 1, 2, 3, 4. I will most likely have it muted for the kids, so nobody should be interrupting you. The kids are slowly figuring out how to unmute themselves, which is a no-no, but sometimes they do it. So if you ever hear a kid interrupting you or anything like that, you just tell them to hold their questions to the end. But again, I'll try to have them muted while you're reading to them. What else? Have a good time. Pick a book that you like. Yeah, I mean, this book had some words that I'd never heard of before, which is pretty rare for kids' books. But it happens every once in a while, and if you don't know it, just say you don't know it. But you can use the pictures to guess what it was. Like the hard stack, it looked like it was, I don't know, bread. Maybe Poppy's dad will be able to tell us what hard stack is. I'm not sure. But everybody pick a book, and then we'll get everybody reading. All right? Thanks for coming.